All right, back in here on GCR as we continue along on a Thursday edition of the program. So you've been hearing us talk about it. There's a huge event coming to Harford Community College, and it might be even bigger because it might be an opportunity to win a title at home. Joining us now here in studio from the Harford Community College lacrosse team, I'm going to begin with Dylan Hines. Dylan, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having us.
Give me your path, because when I saw you were from California, I said, well, this is interesting. How did a kid from California end up at Harford Community College? So you run me through it.
Yeah, so I ended up getting injured my junior summer leading my senior season, and I had a new head coach that year. Lucky enough, he knew Coach Verardi very well, so managed to get healthy for the last couple games of my senior season. And after he saw me play, he talked to me, said, I know you wanted to play, you don't really have any looks, but he said this might be a good spot for you, Harford Community College. So I didn't really know exactly what it was yet, and then he gave Coach Free my contact information. Got a call about a week later. He kind of gave me the rundown, and after that came on a visit, toured the campus with him, and didn't really have a reason not to come at that point. Good opportunity to play at a high level. So yeah,
took it. History, all right?
Exactly.
It's worked out pretty well for you at that point. As you mentioned, Coach Aaron Verardi is in studio with us as well this morning. Coach, I didn't know you were a national recruit. I didn't know that's what was going on at Harford Community College, man. That is wild.
It is. Well, as you may or may not know, the lacrosse world is very small. And Dylan's coach was one of my roommates in college at one point at UMBC.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's funny how that works.
It's so funny. We as you know, we use the phrase Smaltimore a lot, but that is really stretching the concept of Smaltimore.
No doubt.
That you end up pulling a kid in from California. Coach, obviously you guys are having a great season. Take me through how this works now ahead of the possibility of hosting the national. Well, you were going to be hosting the national championship, but you could be trying to win the national championship at home. Take me through where you are, what you've accomplished already, and what's next ahead of the NJCAA championships.
Sure. So we currently are the number 1 seed in the tournament. Nassau Community College from Long Island is the number 2 seed. We both have a first-round bye in a 6-team tournament. So basically we're going to play the lowest remaining seed 2 weekends from now, and then Nassau will play the higher of the 2 seeds remaining. But we have had a phenomenal year. We're undefeated, 10-0 currently. Just got off winning our 4th straight region title here in Maryland. And it's just been a great run, and really these guys have just been awesome all year long. This isn't something that just happens in the spring; it goes all the way back to the fall, and even a lot of these guys this summer, from when the season ends till the start of the new year. So, they've just done a great job and really handled their business well, and just they're continuing to compete.
It's awesome, Dylan. How much did that drive you guys this year, knowing there was the opportunity, perhaps, to no matter who was going to be playing, the national championship was going to be happening at Harford, but how much did that drive you guys, the opportunity to maybe win a national championship at home?
It's huge. We've competed for the national championship before, and you always have that drive to win that game, but, knowing that it's going to be at our field for the first time ever, that's big time for us. That's where we practice every day. That's our home.
Yep.
We have a saying when we play games there, defend the nest, and we have a pretty supportive community, family members, people that just come from around the area to watch. So also knowing that we're going to have a lot of support there is awesome. And I think, winning our program's first national title on our field would just make it that much more special.
It would be kind of a crazy.
Yeah,
that would be an
insane.
amazing accomplishment.
Yep.
Let's make sure we remind everybody it's next Friday and Sunday at Harford Community College, and tickets are just $10, and you can go ahead and get them right now by going to harfordathletics.com.
Glenn, just want to correct you real quick. Saturday.
And,
Saturday.
I apologize. Saturday, my fault.
1 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Saturday.
1 p.m. and 4 p.m.
1 p.m. on Sunday.
Got it. Thank you. I had the wrong dates given to me. That's all right. That's why you're here, Coach, is to make sure. That's the role of the coach when somebody's screwing up. You grab them and you say, do better. Do better. I appreciate that. Can you define? You talk about the work these teams put in, but what is it that has gotten this team into this position, Coach? And what will be the difference? Like, knowing this is a big deal, trying to win a national championship. What's going to be the difference between being a good team and winning a national title?
So we've had a lot of experience being a good team, and we've fallen short the last couple of years, and I'm a big believer that failure is the prereq to success, and I think we've learned a lot from each year that we've gotten to the Final Four and not finished the way that we wanted to, and I think that our mindset this year has just kind of shifted. I think we're just looking ultimately to find our best performance and just work hard every day and compete every day, whether it's in the weight room, on the practice field, in the classroom, just becoming the best version of ourselves, and ultimately just building that confidence to know that if we bring our very best to the table, we can beat anybody.
Dylan, what about you? What do you think has been the difference this year, and what is it going to take for you guys to be able to pull this off next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, our mindset has shifted a little bit. I think something we've definitely focused on this year is less just about winning that final game, and it's more about trying to be the best version of ourselves and the best team we can be every single day. And I think we take care of that stuff. The rest will, the chips will fall where they're supposed to. And I think something we've also said is, like, we'll take this group over anybody. I think when we play our best, it's going to be fun to watch. So I think as long as we just keep focusing on ourselves, keep getting better every day for this next week and a half, I think we'll go well.
Yeah, Coach, this is an interesting thing, right? Because we were going to be talking up this event. Like, it almost adds like a pressure now to this event. Like, this was going to be a great showcase for Harford, an amazing event to bring a lot of people in and show it's all about your program. But now it's like, okay, we kind of have to go win this thing, right? Like, so, if we're gonna host, we might as well go ahead and win the title.
Yeah, and we look at it more. It's a challenge, and it's more of something that's exciting. We don't like to think about it as what if we fail, but more so just let's go out and do it for all the people that believe in us. There's gonna be a lot of people there that are alum. Going all the way back to the program's inception in 1991. All the way through, the recent years, and I think just a lot of people are proud of the program where it is today. And for us, it's really about ultimately doing this for each other. But it's a pride thing, and we're not looking at it like they're putting pressure on us, but more so like, what a great opportunity, what a great challenge. Where else would you rather be, to get this done for the first time?
Pressure is a privilege, sort
Absolutely.
of, type of situation.
Yep.
Coach, let me go back a ways with you. Obviously, you played at UMBC, right? Like, you have been in this game for some time.
Mm-hmm.
The decision to take the job at Harford, right, to go that path, just take me through that, why that was the right spot for you, and how you've been able to build such a consistent program at Harford Community College.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty abnormal for a coach at this level to have not maybe been at the junior college level themselves, and I was not. So I was, I went to Boys Latin, then to UMBC. Didn't really know much about junior college other than I knew about Onondaga just through the news clips.
Sure.
And all the special things that they did. I knew about Essex just because I was from Baltimore, and that was the other option. So when I got to Harford, it was something that was like I wanted to get into coaching. I didn't know in what way. Wasn't really too sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew it was a good in. And Hugh Donovan, who was the head coach at the time, who's since moved on a couple places. He's now actually an assistant coach at UPenn. He really was a great mentor to me. And when he decided that, it was best for him and his family to move on and take a D3 job, he basically said, like, hey, do you want to take this? And I was like, sure. I mean, it was like, I'll give it a whirl. It was a great learning experience that first year. It was definitely some painful, learning experiences too. But I think what I realized after a little while was, this wasn't just about coaching or lacrosse, but more so, what this level and what this path can do for somebody's life. I've just seen it in so many different ways, and to me, it's bigger than just coach them on the lacrosse field, but more so just kind of like help them, mature as young men, get through life, and in doing that, obviously, I hold myself to a pretty high standard. We wanted to win. We wanted to be successful. I knew that in order to do that, we were going to have to maybe go outside of more the regular route of just relying on Harford County and the local guys. We had to find a way to get out there and maybe find some guys who wanted to invest in themselves and in this. So by coming here from out of state, that's kind of how we looked at it. Was if you're coming here from far away, then this must mean something to you. You must be serious about this. And I think in doing that, it really formed our culture into what it is now, where you have a lot of guys that just care a lot. And it's not just about them, it's about each other. And I think that's really built it into kind of what it is today and, where we stand currently.
It's awesome. Dylan Hines, Aaron Verardi, Dylan Hines, Harford Community College, Lacrosse in studio with us. Dylan, to you, can you speak to, you obviously made this choice to come across the country to play for this program. Do you sense that Harford is becoming more of like a brand at this level, and that there are other guys that are saying, hey, if this is the path, if we're going to play, JUCO, this is the place where we want to be, even if that means we're coming from Florida, New Jersey, New York, somewhere like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, before I came here, it was right when Harford was starting to have some real success. I didn't really know much about it, but since I've been here, especially last year, there'd be times I'd go home back to California, work tournaments, and I'd have coaches, people coming up to me recognizing Harford lacrosse, and that's pretty cool. And that just shows that, what Coach V, the rest of the staff, what the teams previously have done here is starting to get some notoriety. And I think people are starting to see that we're a high-level program. We compete, and aside from that, this school and our coaches have sent some guys to some pretty high-level programs out of that. So. Yeah, I think I think we're getting out there a little more, and I think just the consistent success and the culture that's been built here is really helping that happen.
Obviously, one more thing that can raise that profile a little bit.
Just
winning a national title would go a long way to that.
Yep.
It would help.
Yeah, right. No question about it. So I told you guys this beforehand, but I have to ask for a little help. So it happens to be that someone who's now family for me is one of your teammates, and that's Lucas Tees. I'd ask what his nickname is, but I don't think we want to know that because his name kind of runs into a pretty obvious choice for what you guys probably say. But how can tell me something that I can bust on him about? Because, he thinks he's the man every time he shows up, right? Like, we have him over for holidays, things like that. He thinks he's the man. That's the way that it goes. So how can I bring him down a peg or two? Give me something, maybe something stupid that he did once, a joke that I could make about him. Besides the obvious that I could use with Lucas.
Got anything good?
I
kind of want to go right to the shoes, but that's.
I actually think that's pretty cool.
It is cool. We just like to, it's like a little easy.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Hey, nice cartoons on your shoes. Honestly, I mean, he's a great kid.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
He has just been a great teammate. He's actually already committed. He's going to Albright next year. So yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know.
He didn't tell me that, by the way. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a really big deal.
Well, there you go. You can make fun of him for not telling
you.
Yeah,
what a
he's
jerk.
Going to college next year.
I'm going to end up calling some of his games out at Stevenson,
Really?
which is going to be awkward
Oh, that's
for
right.
me.
That's right.
But that's actually going to be uncomfortable for me in those moments.
You should maybe just wait it out until
They pretend like I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then you just call them out of nowhere in the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Anything else, Dylan, that I can use?
If anything, I'd say just go give him a nice pat on the head.
Yeah.
He's a good teammate. Likes to give the pats on the heads a lot. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great there. Next weekend, national championships at Harford Community College, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, sir.
I knew that all along. I was just testing you, Aaron. That was really what that was all about.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, right. HarfordAthletics.com is the website. It's going to be an amazing weekend. I think that part is really important, too, is that the atmosphere that you're going to feel is going to be real. There is going to be a real celebration of this, beyond the fact that you guys are trying to win a national championship, which is a big deal. But the event as a whole is a genuine celebration of the sport that people should be coming to check out no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. And our athletic director, Ed Leash, when he bid on us getting to host this, there was more to it than just like, hey, let's have these lacrosse games here. It's really sort of to just highlight all the great things about this level, our college, the community. It really is. It's like a celebration, and I think they're doing a great job of making it as great of an experience as they can. I would say, we've gone to these in other areas in the past, and we've kind of walked away from it. They've done a good job in terms of creating a championship atmosphere and the tradition of things. But I think we're really going above and beyond in terms of bringing highlight to our community and our program and our school, and ultimately just trying to get as many people out to this as we can.
Tell me about hashtag Best Chance U before we let you go.
Best Chance U is so there was the Last Chance U.
Yep.
So we kind of came up with, hey, this is your best chance. It's not your last chance, but it's your best chance. So if you want to go, play college lacrosse, and that's a goal of yours, and maybe you're not in love with your options currently, or maybe you feel like you need an opportunity to show yourself, maybe save a little money, any of those things, this is your best chance. So come to Harford.
Dylan, I'm guessing that's been your experience. This has been exactly how you feel. Best chance you.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's awesome.
A lot of opportunities here. Yeah.
That's awesome, guys. Congratulations, first of all, on what's already been an awesome season. Best of luck next weekend. No pressure.
Appreciate it.
No pressure.
No, we love it, man.
Just going to go have some fun hanging out next week. And HarfordAthletics.com to get your tickets for next weekend. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us this morning. Look forward to seeing you guys go win a national championship.
Thank you so much. Yep, we appreciate it.
It's Aaron Verardi and Dylan Hines